Modern Qigong icons. That is going to be the topic of this episode of Chi Life. Alright, so I am in transit at the moment, and I had a bit of a long layover at the airport in Hong Kong. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's a long time to just sit in an airport, but not a lot of time to get into the city. But I thought, what the heck, I'll make a little whirlwind trip into the city in Hong Kong and particularly come to this place here. A famous rather a famous statue there. And I thought I'd take the opportunity to make a vlog as well. Clearly I did, because you're watching this now. And it's been interesting. Before I get right into the topic of the vlog, it's kind of nice. I haven't been to Hong Kong in, it's quite a few years now, but just finding my way around, it's been challenging. My map app not working, my data roaming not working, but I still managed to find my way down. But just bringing back some memories, specifically relating to Kung Fu. I've been through Hong Kong a few times, and I think at least once, maybe twice, with Kung Fu students. And I remember coming and visiting this statue with some of them previously, and just, good fun memories. It's been interesting. Over the last week or so, I've just somehow ended up having some conversations about Kung Fu with a couple of people and talking about different things from training in the past. And lots of fond memories, and maybe something I'll do more of in the not too distant future, we'll see. Anyway, on to the topic of the vlog. Modern Qigong icons. It's been interesting as I have practiced Qigong for quite some time now. It's been the main focus of my life in many ways for quite some time now, over several decades at this point. To see the way that awareness of Qigong has developed and grown, and to a lot of people just becoming familiar with Qigong now, they still think, oh, not many people know about Qigong. And that is true in a sense, but compared to a couple of decades ago, so many more people know about Qigong and are doing Qigong or interested in Qigong, and that's really wonderful. And this has been a progressive change over time, naturally. It's been interesting to see as it's gone through different phases. And one of the things that I think that growth and awareness compares quite well to is the way that yoga developed and grew in popularity over a period of some decades as well. And it's interesting to see how in some ways the awareness and popularity of Qigong is following a similar trajectory, but in some ways a different trajectory as well. And one of the things this made me think about, and particularly coming here where I was going to visit this famous statue, this is a statue of Bruce Lee, in case you didn't know, in case anyone can't recognize that figure. And he was an icon of Kung Fu. I mean, primarily he was an actor, great entertainer, but he popularized a lot of things about Kung Fu. So it didn't necessarily get huge numbers of people doing Kung Fu, but it at least made people aware of Kung Fu. I don't think there's too many people in the world who don't have some idea what Kung Fu is. Now, how much information they know and how accurate their perception is, that's a different question. But they at least have an idea of Kung Fu as this interesting Chinese martial art. And there have been a variety of things that have caused yoga to grow in popularity over the years as well. Now, of course, inherently, the main thing being the value of the philosophy and the practice itself, of course, but things that had spread that message. And one of the things that really helped to develop the popularity of yoga in the Western world were some particular icons who took up yoga, took an interest in it, and because they took an interest in it, that then spread awareness to lots of other people. So some of those icons were the Beatles. Way back a long time ago, they came into contact with yoga and took an interest, and that, the Beatles were super famous, and so the fact that they were taking an interest in yoga that naturally created interest in a lot of other people. Then there was a supermodel, Christy Turlington, who appeared on the cover of Time magazine. And in the scheme of things, it doesn't seem that long ago. It was like, right, I think like 2001 or something. But, you know, and yoga already had a fair amount of awareness in, but having someone so famous on such a big publication really helped to develop awareness of yoga much more at that point. And I was thinking about this, and while Qigong is growing in awareness, as you know, and again, primarily, I think due to the value of the practices themselves and the underlying philosophy, I don't think Qigong has really had its icon moment yet. And of course, there can be more than one icon. It's not like just one person makes these things famous. There have been a few minor moments, you know, that have spread some awareness of Qigong. You know, some years ago, there was some talk about the golfer Tiger Woods, and that he had been taught some Qigong as, you know, when he was young and growing up, and that maybe that contributed to some of his success as a golfer. There was Dr. Oz, who talked about Qigong and recommended it on the Oprah Winfrey show some years ago. But I don't think any of those have had the really big star power moment to really catapult Qigong cause. Now, Qigong has had a lot of other moments that have increased its awareness and you know, made more people aware of it so they can, you know, look into it for themselves. I don't think we've had those icon moments yet, and I think it's probably something that will come. You know, it's just the right time. I don't think it's something that needs to be manufactured or engineered or anything like that, but at the right time, naturally, someone with the right level of fame will have discovered Qigong for themselves, and be doing it and getting the benefits, and then there'll be publicity about it. And I think we'll then see another little maybe inflection point in the growing popularity of Qigong. So anyway, really just a little bit of a musing on this today, a little bit of commentary, and inspired by being here in Hong Kong, I mean more specifically in Kowloon, yeah, visiting some places with some old memories for me. Anyway, maybe it's been interesting, maybe not. I'm sure I'll talk about some other interesting topics in some of the upcoming vlogs though. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those good things. And I look forward to seeing you on another one soon.